Good morning and welcome into Delaware Hockey Night's live coverage of the Delaware Junior Blue Hens 18 Single A team taking on the Genesis Hockey Club from Colmar, Pennsylvania. James Witherite flying solo live from Gold Arena here on the campus of the University of Delaware. The Delaware Junior Blue Hens 3-7-2 coming into today's game. Dropped their first four this season, but they've been an even 500 ever since, compiling a 4-4-2 record in their last 10 games. But the last time they met this Genesis team, Sunday, September 18th at Hatfield, they fell 5-2. Looking back at that game, Joey Scarborough with both Delaware goals. And on the other side of the red line, it was Samuel Ryder scoring 2 of 5 for the Genesis team. This is their second of 3 meetings this year. Delaware 3-7-2, Genesis 4-8-1 in Delaware Valley Hockey League competition this year. Our pregame report, albeit an abbreviated one, brought to you by our good friends at Limestone Pension Associates. Saving for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses across America do just that, crafting and administering qualified pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. Our presenting sponsor, Heather A. Long, partner of Kimmel Carter, your Delaware injury lawyers. Heather specializes in personal injury and workers' compensation cases and is available for consultation at 302-565-6132. That's 302-565-6132. We are just about set to go here at the University of Delaware for this 18 Single A division matchup between Genesis and the Delaware Junior Blue Hens. Our officials for this game: Dan Blevins and John Yastrzemski. Looking at the sweater colors, Genesis traveling right to left in their away green kits. Delaware in their home whites, moving left to right, and they'll be backstopped this morning by Tristan O'Connor. First period face-off brought to you by First State Ice Hockey, committed to building the next generation of youth hockey players under the philosophy of one state, one goal. Learn more about their classes, clinics, events, and their growing summer tournament program by visiting firststateicehockey.com. Set to go, first of 3 17-minute periods. About to get underway, it is Jacob Gilbert who will be handling the net-minding duties for Genesis this morning. Sam Ryder joined in the circle for the opening draw by Tyler Furline for Delaware, and they're off. Furline tries to break up an outlet pass from Vidiaz at the near side, emerges with the puck, holding the line, or trying to, was Kean Harp, and this will come back offside. Seconds. Into the contest. Now the score bug is properly calibrated. It had frozen up on us momentarily, but everything back up and running now as this Delaware attack with Cam Rogers holding the point disintegrates. Harp steals the breakout, crashes the net, walks in, backhand, no, didn't get a shot away. Furline couldn't connect on the doorstep either. This puck is chipped up ice by Christian Asimakopoulos for Genesis. The Blue Hens volley back from their own zone. Rogers tries to pounce after Devin Purcell mishandled the puck. We are 80 seconds into the first period, and out of traffic comes Nick Mowbray, but back into his own zone to try to generate a little bit more time and space. It's fed ahead to Caleb McKenzie. McKenzie got around the defender, but Mitchell Mothersbaugh, the back-checking number 9 for Genesis, ultimately caught up to McKenzie and disrupted his progress. Anderson works the near corner. This is cleared, volleyed back by Wagner to Joseph Thor Willis. Given away to Mothersbaugh. Cleared beyond center. Wagner again recovers to Jovanovic. This headman up the near wall to Caleb McKenzie. Rifled in behind the Genesis goal. Body's tied up in the far corner, a two-a-side scrum there. Nick Mowbray leaves the puck to Willis. Shot was blocked from just above the left dot. And here's a 3-on-2 for Genesis, led up the far side by Nick Bruno. Headman to Keenan. Quick shot in close. Looked like O'Connor had covered it up from Danny Blevins' point of view, but puck loose from this perspective ultimately. As soon as Danny lost sight of it, he's well within his rights to whistle play dead, and that's exactly what he did. Sam Mostachuk working the near point now, leaves it to Cannon. Keenan from below the goal, stripped of the puck, but he had help from Bruno. Jovanovic angles Bruno out of the way the other side. Mostachuk held the point, one-timer after protecting the zone. No, didn't make it out, says Yastrzemski, so this will come back and offside. With 14:03 to go in the first period of a 0-0 hockey game. One shot on goal. It came from Genesis and was handled amply by Tristan O'Connor. Face-off right in front of us. Scarborough, who had both Delaware goals when these teams met in September, winning the face-off. Ma and Patel converge. Mostachuk from back in his zone plays a D-to-D pass to Purcell. Up the far side it goes into neutral ice right in front of the Delaware bench. Purcell overpowered by Williamson. This is cleared from center. Raced down by Rogers to Fasano in the far corner. That pass worked up ice beyond the reach of Scarborough. Dumped back into Delaware territory, where Corbin Williamson finds Rogers again on a D-to-D pass, and this is sailed beyond the reach of Patrick Fasano. Race on for the puck. It will come back and icing with 13:11 to go in period number 1. Delaware Hockey Night is brought to you by Heather A. Long, partner of Kimmel Carter, your Delaware injury lawyers. Heather specializes in personal injury and workers' compensation cases and is available for consultation at 302-565-6132. Face off to the right of O'Connor. Vidiaz with a shot from the left point. It pinballs around in a congested slot, and muscling free Nick Mowbray sets up a 2-on-2. Mowbray and McChrystal together. Mowbray angled by Vidiaz to the near corner, tried to center one for Alex McChrystal on the doorstep, but he didn't get stick on puck in such a way to generate a shot opportunity. McChrystal working below the goal again. Tried to feed the puck to Jovanovic at the point, but it was taken away. Now handled just above the blue line, briefly so, by Ma before the Hens and Nick Mowbray re-enter. Vidiaz plays the body on him in the near corner. Puck is loose in front, and a goal! Delaware have scored Michael Benner. With the net front backhander. Puts the Hens on the board. 4 minutes and 30 seconds into the contest. 1-0 Delaware. The home team strikes first. Oh, Delaware goal! Scored by number 89, Michael Benner. Assisted by number 12, Alex McChrystal. Time of the goal, 4 minutes, 30 seconds in the first period. Benner from McChrystal at 4:30. Lanzelotti the other direction, caught up to by both Wagner and Rogers. Harp trailing the play, sweeps in, recovers the puck for his Blue Hens. Wagner's backhand makes it out of the zone. McKenzie, unable to chase the puck down, had some help astern from Furline to push back into attacking territory. His shot rang off the post. Puck comes back to center. Hens regroup. Furline 1-on-2. Angled by Anderson, who stood him up right between the train tracks to below the goal. Genesis clears. Willis to Williamson. Up the middle. Rogers, touch pass intended for McKenzie was broken up. Here's Ryder in a 2-on-1. Ryder getting a shot away. He had 2 when these teams met in September. Here he's denied by O'Connor. Asimakopoulos. Gained to the zone, tried to feed the puck across to Ryder. Willis broke up that exchange. Asimakopoulos again. Rolls this in behind the Delaware goal. It was maintained at the half wall far side by Purcell. Williamson clears the puck over the glass in the far corner and out of play with 10:06 to go in the first period. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. Jovanovic fails to clear. Purcell protects the right point, or does he? No, he dragged this puck back out into the neutral zone. And the re-entry was offside, so says Dan Blevins. Just beyond 7 minutes have elapsed in this first period of a 1-0 hockey game. And the Hens push forward off the neutral zone faceoff. Ayush Patel stripped of the puck by Purcell. They converge in the near corner of the Genesis zone. Failed clear. Jovanovic held the point, but only for a fleeting moment before Keenan overpowered him. Patel, the intended recipient of a Jesse Wagner breakout, couldn't maintain the puck. Mostachuk is the target of an open ice check. Patrick Fasano pursuing now in the near corner. And a second Delaware goal just like that. Trying to get a better look at it. Looked like a wraparound from behind. We couldn't see a number on it from the tape. And we're advised it is Patrick Fasano. Who doubled up the Hens. This is an icing. Delaware goal! Scored by number 8, Patrick Fasano. Assisted by number 93, Nick Mowbray. Time of the goal, 7 minutes, 44 seconds in the first period. Fasano from Mowbray at 7:44. Two rapid-fire goals on Jacob Gilbert in just 3 Delaware shots. And it's a 2-0 hockey game, Blue Hens. Brackbill's shot goes wide. Commotion net front, trying to get a chance on net was Derek DeLong, but his backhander was off target too. McChrystal lost his stick vying for the rebound. Williamson leaves it now to Benner. Scarborough can't carry the puck beyond center. It's turned back to the Delaware blue line where Rogers restarts. Icing waved off after Williamson launched the puck through traffic along the far dashers. This hack down by Williamson. He plays it on after Brackbill got a stick on puck to nullify the high stick violation. In came Scarborough. McChrystal up the middle. Shoots. Glove save here by Gilbert. And a pause in play. With 7:40 to go in the first of 3 17-minute periods. Face-off comes to Gilbert's left. And McKenzie off the draw. Makes this 3-0. Zane McKenzie walks in. Right off the face-off. At the 9:24 mark of the third period. And Genesis is going to take their timeout. A Delaware goal scored by number 3, Zane McKenzie, assisted by number 11, Tyler Furline. Time of the goal, 9 minutes, 24 seconds in the first period. McKenzie from Furline at 9:24. Timeout, Genesis. So Genesis forced to take their timeout early. And Delaware Hockey Night is brought to you by 412 Communications, a new gold standard for digital media solutions for small businesses. 412 Communications offers web and graphic design, social media, writing and editing services, public relations, multimedia solutions like the broadcast you're watching right now, and more. Visit 412communications.com to learn how they can help your brand build bridges with the people you serve. So the Genesis timeout taken early. After the Hens put up 3 in the first 9.5 minutes of the contest. Rogers cannot carry the puck clear. It was thrown net front. There's the first, Reagan. Puts Genesis on the board. So 19 seconds after the timeout. the Genesis Hockey Club have come back to score one of their own. Genesis goal scored by number 81, Colin Reagan. Assisted by number 4, Anthony Lanzalotti, and number 17, Zachary Keenan. Time of the goal, 9 minutes, 43 seconds in the first period. Reagan from Lanzalotti and Keenan at 9:43. Colin Reagan on the doorstep, taking advantage of a rebound. And putting his Genesis side on the board. Here comes Sam Ryder, 1-on-2. Lost the puck between the circles. Wagner, trailing him, took it away. It's pushed forward now by Caleb McKenzie. Up the near wall into the Genesis zone. We've got 6 minutes to go in the first period of a 3-1 hockey game. Advantage the Delaware Junior Blue Hens, who went on an early tear to establish control early on. Bruno, we don't talk about him that much. Checked into the near half wall by Rogers. Separated from the puck. It's recovered by Bruno again. Just inside his own blue line. He steadies. Leaves it to Cannon up the far wall. 2-on-2. Cannon with a hard shot from long range. Caught and held by O'Connor for a pause in the action with 5:24 to go in the first period. And Delaware up 3-1 over Genesis in this DVHL 18 Single A Division matchup. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork, brisket, and barbecued chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides that are sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware. Open for takeaway lunch Monday through Saturday, or place your catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com. Delaware weathering an onslaught of Genesis activity. Clearing attempt was gloved down by Bruno, but he couldn't turn it into a shot in a congested slot in front of him. The boys in green forced back to their own line. Rogers fails to break up the breakout pass up the near side. Benner recovers. Benner stick handles past center, but into a 1-on-4. Lost his options. McChrystal got a shot away. Delayed penalty coming up against Genesis. A possession and control gained in the far corner amid a battle for the rebound. And for the first time today, the Delaware Blue Hens are headed to the Primo power play as Bradley Cannon is ruled off for slashing. Genesis penalty assist to number 27, Bradley Cannon. 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 12 minutes, 43 seconds in the first period. Cannon 2 for slashing at 12:43. Wagner holds the right point after Gilbert saved the first Delaware shot on this power play. Wagner coming in again. Sees that shot turned aside. Regardless of the Hens' fortunes on this Primo power play, you friends can score on the Primo power play. Visit your local neighborhood Primo Hoagies on Baltimore Pike and Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. Or place your next party tray or sampler platter order online at primohoagies.com. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo. Puck in, the rafters out of play. Off a Genesis stick, trying to push into the Delaware zone while shorthanded. Results in a center ice face-off. Nick Mowbray speedily re-enters. Centering feed, nobody there. Rogers from center point stepped up with a shot. It was hard enough, but offline it rang off the end boards. This is cleared by Anderson. Caleb McKenzie tried to carom the puck around to point man Rogers, but put a little too much on it, and Rogers is forced back into his own end to recover. Final 2:45 of the first period. 25 seconds to go on this Delaware power play. In comes Mowbray, centering to Scarborough. He was canceled out net front by the back-checking Samuel Mostachuk. Back it comes to Jovanovic. Jovanovic hassled by Derek DeLong, who steals a loose puck, and Mowbray breaks up his chance from point-blank range. Final 2:15. Here's McKenzie with a wide shot. Missed the far post from 45 feet away. Rogers absorbs a glass-rattling check from Mostachuk. Stepping up at the point is Williamson, launching the puck in from 55. It's wide too, and the puck ends up on the back of the net. And play is stopped as a result with 1:59 to go in the opening period. And the Genesis penalty kill emerging unscathed. Genesis wins the D-zone draw. Mostachuk rimmed the puck clear. It's walked up the middle by Lanzalotti. Held in deeper back by Purcell. Zane McKenzie delivers a check on him, and Furline breaks away to head a 2-on-1 with Kean Harp. Harp around the defender, taken out. He lost his balance, careened into the goalie. Some jawing after the fact. The question here, will a penalty shot be awarded? Yes. Delaware has been awarded a penalty shot. Taking the shot, number 13, Kean Harp. Harp fouled from behind on a 2-on-0. Here he comes. Backhand, Deke, score! So it's 4-1. Off the Kean Hart penalty shot with 1.5 to go. In the first period, the Delaware Blue Hens showing renewed life. As they go up 4-1. Harp driven into the backboards again. And now the Hens will go a man down. As Harp is ruled guilty of a hook with 1:17 to go. As such, the Blue Hens head to their first Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill of the day. And they give up a power play goal just 6 seconds in. To the Harp minor. Delaware goal scored by number 13, Kean Harp. Time of the penalty shot goal, 15 minutes 30 seconds in the first period. Harp on the penalty shot at 15:30. 1 minute remaining in the period, 1 minute. Delaware penalty was assessed to number 13, Kean Harp, 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty, 15 minutes 43 seconds in the first period. Harp 2 for hooking at 15:43. Genesis goal, his second of the game, scored by number 81, Colin Reagan. Time of the power play goal, 15 minutes 51 seconds in the first period. Reagan's second unassisted at 15:51. So Reagan's second makes it 4-2 with 37 seconds to go in the opening period of action. And the Hens clear off the D-zone draw. But Mothersbaugh recovers for Genesis. This is volleyed back to the Delaware blue line where Rogers throws the puck across ice off the near boards. Michael Benner on the re-entry. Caroms the puck low, fielded by Mothersbaugh below his own goal. Mowbray and McChrystal battling for a loose puck as well, but Genesis protects. This is cleared and it will come back in icing with just 2 seconds to go in the opening frame. The faceoff will take place to the left of Jacob Gilbert, who's managed 5 saves on 9 shots in the first period. Horn sounds before the Hens can capitalize, and that will do it for the first period. Through one period, the score, your Delaware Junior Blue Hens 4, Genesis Hockey Club 2. We'll take a pause on Delaware Hockey Night. We'll be right back after the first period.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes
Welcome back into Delaware Hockey Night, presented by Heather A. Long, partner of Kimmel Carter, your Delaware injury lawyers. First period in the books. And it was all Delaware in the early stages, reeling off 3 rapid-fire goals to open the proceedings. And they headed to the first intermission, up 4-2. Now it's just 4-3. Or is it? No goal. Net was dislodged. There is no goal. The net was dislodged before the puck crossed the goal line. By USA hockey rule, no goal can be scored on a dislodged net. This is thrown in from long range. Caught and held by O'Connor for a pause in the action. Second period coverage is brought to you by the Hooper family, longtime supporters of University of Delaware Blue Hens hockey and of today's broadcast of the Delaware Junior Blue Hens 18 single-A squad taking on Genesis. And brought to you from wherever you may be. Here on Delaware Hockey Night. Hard shot from McKenzie, sticked aside by Gilbert into the near corner and subsequently cleared. Race for a loose puck goes the way of Williamson. Keenan pursues him. Willis, challenged by Bruno, couldn't maintain the Delaware momentum. They're moving right to left here in the second period. In their home white sweaters, the visiting Genesis squad clad in green and navy blue. Purcell's shot was wide. We'll do our best to dodge the newly arrived spectator. As he has opted to stand within the shot. So it goes in a rink where we're all crammed together. There's generally not a whole lot of space. So we do the best we can with what we've got to work with. We've just hit the 2-minute mark of the second period. Scarborough taking aim. Gilbert turns his shot aside. Willis battling for the puck in the corner. Williamson protects the point. Scarborough throws one in again from the half wall. This is pushed clear by Bruno and subsequently iced. Two and a half minutes gone in second period play. Delaware with an attacking zone faceoff coming up and an opportunity to extend their 4-2 advantage as Scarborough, Fasano, and Patel are on up front with Wagner and Jovanovic back at the blue line. Fasano crashing the net. DeLong emerges the other direction. Here's Patel one-on-one. Now 3-on-1. Patel's shot, easily handled, rebounds batted in. The Hens have gotten one for the thumb. And Ayush Patel leads the handshake cue. Initial shot, backhand, yep, that's good for 5. Delaware back in front by 3. DeLong the other way. Can't deke cleanly past Wagner. Scarborough recovers the loose puck for the Hens. This will not be an icing. And again, Jovanovic starting play in the neutral zone. Works it up the far dashers. Patel, after giving Delaware their 5th goal, mishandled the puck in the high slot, and Wagner's back nearly to his own goal line to recover. It stretched ahead to Fasano, absorbing a Vidiaz check at the far half wall. Puck rolls to the near corner from below the goal, and DeLong emerges for Genesis. Cross-ice feed to Ma. Puck rolled in close, cleared out by Fasano. Mostachuk. This is Ben Mostachuk with a shot from long range, not on goal, as it's gloved down by O'Connor wide of the post. A Delaware goal! Scored by number 55, Ayush Patel. Assisted by number 19, Joey Scarborough. Time of the goal, 2 minutes and 48 seconds in the second period. Patel from Scarborough at 2:48. Mothersbaugh hauled down. Mowbray and McChrystal working together. Rogers got a shot away from center point, which was kicked aside by Gilbert. Mothersbaugh colliding with Benner in the near corner. Mowbray swept in to protect the puck for Delaware. Worked in by Rogers from the point, but to no further avail. McChrystal under duress caroms this puck below the goal where Reagan recovers. Reagan's got 2 today. For Genesis, but he and his green-clad teammates are forced back in their own zone after the icing. Keenan caught up to by Rogers on what was nearly a breakaway, judging 5 feet from the blue line, but Cam Rogers with commendable effort to break up that chance. Furline regathers the puck, brings it back beyond center. He takes aim after gaining the left point. This shot held on to by Gilbert for another break in the action with 11:45 to go in the second period. And Delaware with a little bit more breathing room now, up 5-2 over Genesis. Furline and Ryder on the draw. We've yet to hear from Samuel Ryder today, but he had 2 last time these teams met at Hatfield when the Genesis side defeated Delaware 5-2. Jovanovic keeps on ticking after a Ryder shoulder check, but lost the puck. Harp is back to the Delaware stripe to recover. This is chipped off the far boards, recovered, and now walked in up the left wing wall by Samuel Mostachuk. Net front feed and a one-timer from Odendahl. Makes it 5-3. So once again, we've got a 2-goal game. McKenzie fails on the backhand on a quick counterattack. We've just passed the 6-minute mark of the second period in a high-scoring back-and-forth affair. Willis lost the puck. A Vidiaz poke check slowed him up after he gained the Genesis zone. Jovanovic to Willis. Up the middle beyond Mowbray's reach. Vidiaz swats the puck back into neutral ice. Keenan can't punch past Wagner. This was walked in and called offside. I don't know. Looked like a clean entry from our vantage point, but Dan Blevins right on the line. or at least closer to it than we are here, made the offside determination. Genesis goal scored by number 34, Benjamin Odendahl. Assisted by number 94, Samuel Ryder, and number 31, Samuel Mostachuk. Time of the goal, 5 minutes, 54 seconds in the second period. Odendahl from Ryder and Mostachuk at 5:54. Head contact. So a 2 and 10 going to to Ben Mostachuk. For head contact, 7:07 into the second period, so a primo power play awaits the Blue Hens. Visit your local neighborhood Primo Hoagies on Baltimore Pike in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania. Or order your next party tray online at primohoagies.com. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo. Genesis penalty assist to number 92, Ben Mostachuk. 2 minutes for head contact plus a 10-minute misconduct. Time of the penalty, 7 minutes, 7 seconds in the second period. Mostachuk, 2 for head contact plus a 10-minute misconduct at 7:07 in the second. Fasano overpowered by Cannon, who sets up a one-on-one but lost the puck at the Delaware blue line. Fasano recovered, Furline up the middle. Angled to the near corner. He leaves the puck for Zane McKenzie, whose one-timer from the point is well off target. And a puck out of play gives us a pause in the action here with 8 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the second period of a 5-3 Delaware hockey game. If you're like me, healthy living is important, and Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help you and your family stay healthy at home with periodic sanitization and disinfecting of your trash and recycling bins. Schedule your first cleaning today by visiting DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Rogers absorbs a check, is separated from the puck at the near half wall. It's raced down by Owen Brackbill. O'Connor with the save on his shot from a 45-degree angle. McKenzie got some help from Mowbray, working through neutral territory after Caleb McKenzie absorbed the check right at his own blue line. Jovanovic with time and space. Karams the puck below the goal. Back to Rogers. Jovanovic now faces heavier forechecking pressure and dishes this ahead to McKenzie. McKenzie and Scarborough, the pursuers, on a 2-on-1. McKenzie took the shot for himself, but it was off target. DeLong the other direction in a 1-on-2. Williamson with a stick check, denying that chance from 25 feet. The minor has expired, and an icing against Delaware will send play back up ice. There's a new gold standard for digital media solutions for small businesses. 412 Communications offers web and graphic design, social media consultation, public relations, writing and editing services, and more. We forgot multimedia solutions like the broadcast you're watching right now. Visit 412communications.com to learn how they can help your brand build bridges with the people you serve. Lanzalotti in the far corner. Tried to flip the puck below the goal. Into the path of Reagan, but couldn't connect with him. Hens clear. And they force Genesis offside with 7.5 to go in the second period. Delaware nursing a 5-3 lead over the Genesis Hockey Club. Genesis into this game 4-8-1. Delaware 3-7-2. This another offside against Genesis with 7:18 remaining in the second. So on paper, a fairly evenly matched set. Both teams hovering under 500, but Delaware of late anyway has been playing a much better brand of hockey in recent weeks. This is the last game of the 2022 calendar year for the Junior Blue Hens. They'll get a nice long rest as Reagan takes aim from long range. And that puck is waffle boarded away by the southpaw Tristan O'Connor. Hens will get a nice long rest before the January stretch drive of the DVHL season. This shot from Mowbray was high, off the glass behind Gilbert. Cannon the other way, Jovanovic. Can't connect with McChrystal. Mowbray picks up a loose puck. Across to Benner. Shot into the glove of Gilbert, who hangs on for a stoppage with 6:17 to go in the second period. And the Delaware Junior Blue Hens with an attacking zone draw coming up to try to extend their 5-3 advantage. Ryder and Furline at the far dot. Faceoff was controlled by Genesis. Asimakopoulos at center worked the puck in behind the Delaware goal. Jovanovic failed to clear. Point is held by Odendahl. Puck advanced to Asimakopoulos. He's challenged by Harp in the far corner. Asimakopoulos again. Gets a shoulder from Harp below the goal. Loose puck is corralled by Furline. Then cleared across to the far wall, right in front of the scorer's table, where Cole Anderson faced pressure from McKenzie. Asimakopoulos back to Anderson again. Pass back, broken up by Furline. Here's a 3-on-2 for Delaware. Furline angled by Vidiaz outside the house. Holding the point was Jovanovic. Across it comes to Wagner. He looked shot, didn't have the angle on it, dished the puck instead to McKenzie. 5 and change to go in the second period. Hart plays a shoulder on Vidiaz in the far corner to protect for Delaware. Jovanovic looks slapper center point, topped the puck. It's taken away by Ryder and subsequently cleared. Wagner touched it just above his own blue line, so no icing to be had here. And the Hens will have to regain territory the old-fashioned way as we come to the final 4:40 of the second period. And the Blue Hens holding steady with a 2-goal lead. Scarborough works the perimeter of the zone. Wagner back to Scarborough across the line. Shot from Caleb McKenzie. Rang off the backboards. And Gilbert holds for a pause in play. With 4 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the second period, Delaware raining shots in, but they're missing the net. A little bit tighter execution can go a long way for these Blue Hens given the momentum they've built up and maintained. Mothersbaugh fails to clear. Rogers lost the zone for Delaware, propelling the puck into the rafters with 4:13 to go in the second. So this faceoff will come above the Genesis blue line. Scarborough and Cannon square off. Cannon wins the draw. Nicholas Bruno Absorbs a heavy Willis shoulder check at the near wall, but still manages to work the puck into the Delaware zone where Keenan throws one through the slot beyond the reach of Mothersbaugh, taken from him below the cage by Scarborough. Keenan recovers, throws one net front. Mothersbaugh can't connect. O'Connor with the stop. Let's see that again. The southpaw freezes. And keeps this a 2-goal game. Willis jockeying for position for a loose puck in the neutral zone, flips it in to the Genesis end. Cannon recovers. Blevins had to duck, so he didn't get a puck to the head. Rogers failed to hold. Willis again, up the middle. This puck stick checked offline in behind the Genesis cage, so there's no icing, and Mostachuk played it around to Mothersbaugh on to Bruno, and this comes back offside with 2 minutes and 57 seconds to go in the second. And the Delaware Junior Blue Hens controlling the puck pretty well, all things considered, and maintaining their 5-3 lead. Ma at center, broken up by Fasano. Fasano and DeLong converge at the near side. Chasing down the puck, it's dumped back into the Delaware zone. Pushed out by Jovanovic. Fasano one-on-one. Hard shot off its line. Puck rebounds back into the neutral zone, where Wagner leaves it for Mowbray. Rifled in again. Mowbray's going to go for interference here, most likely, as he made body contact with Vidiaz in the race for the puck. The shot from Brackbill saved by O'Connor. And Mowbray's going to head off for roughing. Tailgating with friends at Fred Rust Arena or watching on Delaware Hockey Night? Score big and serve in style with Primo Hoagie's party trays and sampler platters. There's no bigger crowd pleaser than Primo Hoagie's. Made only with the finest Thuman's meats and cheese, cut fresh to order and served on Primo's award-winning seeded rolls. Stop into your local neighborhood Primo Hoagie's on Baltimore Pike in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, or order your next party tray online at primohoagies.com. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo. Delaware penalty assist to number 93, Nick Mowbray. 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes, 55 seconds. In the second period. Mowbray 2 for roughing at 14:55. So while we have the Primo Hoagie's ad read, it's a Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill in progress for the Blue Hens. Another O'Connor stop. Up close were both Mothersbaugh and Lanzalotti with 1 minute and 25 seconds to go. In the second period, Delaware with a 5-3 lead, but that Mowbray roughing minor has opened the door in terms of momentum, especially for Genesis. Mothersbaugh with a shot from the top of the right circle, paddled aside by O'Connor. Rogers emerges. He absorbs a Bruno check and then some. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. You can hear a few vocal fans, more so than the others, scattered throughout the stands here at Gold Arena. Sparsely attended Sunday game. But that does tend to be the case. On these mornings and these hour-and-a-half long road trips. And off the icing, Genesis fails to crash the net cleanly. Furline the other way, one-on-one. His shot waffle boarded down by Gilbert. Final 12 seconds on the Mowbray penalty. Keenan gives the puck away to Williamson. Here's McKenzie in a one-on-one. That shot kicked high but not out. And Odendahl will run out of time before able to make anything happen at the end of the period. The score through 2 periods, Delaware Junior Blue Hens 5, Genesis Hockey Club 3. We'll be back on Delaware Hockey Night after the second intermission.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Watching the game or tailgating with friends? Score big and serve in style with Primo Hoagies party trays and sampler platters. There is no bigger crowd pleaser than Primo Hoagies, made only with the highest quality Thumann's meats and cheese, sliced fresh to order and served on Primo's award-winning seeded rolls. You get the best tasting hoagies in the area and save yourself the prep time. Stop into your local neighborhood Primo Hoagies on Baltimore Pike in Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, or order your tray online at PrimoHoagies.com. It's not just a hoagie, it's a Primo.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Welcome back to Delaware Hockey Night. Brought to you by Heather A. Long, partner of Kimmel Carter, your Delaware injury lawyers. 34 minutes in the books. And the Delaware Junior Blue Hens maintain a 5-3 lead. Over Genesis. Sponsorship opportunities are available here on DHN. Drop us a note, James at 412communications.com, if you'd like to learn more. Later on today, more college hockey on Delaware Hockey Night. At 3:45, the Delaware Men's Division I Blue Hens will look to rebound from a 6-0 defeat that Stony Brook handed them yesterday in the second half. of their weekend series. Asimakopoulos gives the puck away to Furlan. This held in at the right point by Mothersbaugh. Shot blocked. Here's Harp the other direction. Harp shoots high off the back glass. McKenzie surrounded by green sweaters vying for the rebound. Odendahl can't bring the puck down as Jovanovic confronts him at the Delaware blue line. Mothersbaugh rolls this in behind. Jovanovic tied up in the near corner. This puck pitchfork free. Ryder gives it away to Jovanovic again. This rolls out. Harp to McKenzie across ice on the zone entry. McKenzie's shot. He had time and space, but he threw it into Gilbert's pads. Jovanovic back to his line. He enters up the middle. Tries to find space in a congested mid-slot area. Lost the zone with a failed stick handle at the point. The Hens regroup. Keenan, the recipient of an outlet pass from Cannon, was slowed up at the near dashers. Keenan looking for a chance close up, failed. Mostachuk held the point. Wagner out the other way, could not clear the zone. The re-entry good as Cannon recovers for Genesis, and Delaware is going to go down a man with 2 minutes and 7 seconds gone in the third period. Scarborough off for holding. And the Blue Hens are back on the Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. Schedule your first cleaning today by visiting DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Delaware penalty assessed to number 19, Joey Scarborough. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 2 minutes 7 seconds in the third period. Scarborough 2 for holding at 2:07. The Rogers clear was blocked down, so there's no icing. Bruno flips the puck across to the near side. Keenan can't field it. Rogers turns it back the other way. Ben Mostachuk in the near corner of his own zone. Caroms the puck to Bruno, waiting at the far point. But Williamson held it in. Hens nursing a 2-goal lead yet. And this is offside. Three minutes into the third period. A stop-and-go game. And Genesis are back in their end to try to mount some momentum in the second half of this power play. Icing waved off. Jovanovic, McKenzie, Wagner, and Furlan are the four on for Delaware. This will come back in icing with 13:32 to go in regulation. Face off at the near circle, controlled by Zane McKenzie of Delaware. Mostachuk cross ice to Ma. Ma up the left dots, accelerates into the Delaware zone. Looked like he absorbed a slash from McKenzie as John Yastrzemski's stick or arm pops right up. This is going to be called a trip officially with 13:11 to go. So Delaware will be down 2 men for 19 seconds. And this Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill is prolonged. Furline, Rogers, Williamson are the 3 Delaware players. Lanzalotti to Mostachuk, back to Lanzalotti. Shot through traffic, held by O'Connor. Delaware penalty assessed to number 3, Zane McKenzie, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 3 minutes 49 seconds in the third period. McKenzie, minor for tripping at 3:49. Mother's ball below the net. Plays it to Keenan. It comes up to Sam Mostachuk at the point. Shot blocked through traffic. Loose puck corralled by Scarborough. And this is flipped up ice for an icing by Furline. Right idea in the high school game, but you can't ice on a PK under the USA Hockey Rulebook in youth classifications. And this sends Delaware back in their zone with 12.5 minutes to go in regulation. 70 seconds left on the PK and a 2-goal advantage to try to protect. Scarborough absorbs a Mostachuk check behind enemy lines. Reagan emerges with the loose puck after Mostachuk separated it from Joey Scarborough. Good puck movement around the perimeter. Mostachuk launches one in from long range. That did make it through. Saved by O'Connor. Reagan takes a check. Scarborough vying for the puck. Williamson sweeps in and pushes this just clear. It was volleyed over the boards and out of play. Actually, it is called offside. With 11 minutes, 37 seconds to go in regulation, 26 seconds remaining on the McKenzie trip. Face-off just in front of the Delaware bench. The entry is good from Odendahl. Hard shot from Ben Mostachuk. Saved by O'Connor and the Delaware bench. In disbelief, this is whistled icing. Feeling the puck was playable with ordinary effort. Maybe not that far before the goal line, but certainly before it. The McKenzie penalty is through. Vidiaz failed to play the puck on from center right or rolled it back in behind the Delaware cage. This thrown in from the right point by Odendahl, saved by O'Connor. Another Odendahl shot rings wide off the near boards. We've just hit 6 minutes in the third period. Ryder opens fire at the top of the left circle, well off his line. This puck is played below the goal. Again by Mostachuk, around to a pack at the near half wall. McKenzie plays the body. Mowbray escapes traffic. Mowbray tries to headman to Thor Willis, overshoots his man, the other 92 on the ice. Ben Mostachuk recovers for Genesis behind their goal. 10 minutes and change to go in the third period. Delaware with a 5-3 lead over Genesis in this DVHL 18 single A division matchup. Centered, Willis from Scarborough could not connect. This will come back an icing with 9:49 to go in regulation. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event. Pulled pork, brisket, barbecue chicken, and a variety of sauces and sides that can please just about any appetite there is. Stop by Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont for takeaway lunch 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Or call in a catering order. Visit sidsbbqandjerky.com to browse the menu and to place your order. Mostachuk holding the left point. Puck is popped high. Recovered by Rogers below the goal. 9 and change to go. 2-on-1 for Delaware. Scarborough to Patel. He's got one already. Couldn't field the centering pass this time. Mostachuk launches this puck clear. Recovered by Corbin Williamson for Delaware. Rogers to Williamson, steadying. Patel tips the puck up the middle, and it will come back an icing with 8:36 to go. Another 7 feet, and that's good. Or another degree to the right, that's good. It used to be that a puck that crossed through the crease was enough to nullify icing. That is no longer the case. Anderson's shot blocked by Wagner. McChrystal caught unawares. The intended recipient of a headman pass lost his footing. And here's Mothersbaugh the other way, leaving the puck to Keenan. Shot from long range covered by O'Connor. 8 minutes and 2 seconds remaining. Later today on Delaware Hockey Night, the University of Delaware Men's Division I team taking on Stony Brook in the second half of their weekend set. Airtime 3:30. Game time from Fred Rust Arena. 3:45 p.m. Ma, under two-ply pressure, tried to center the puck. Brackville plastered in the high slot by McKenzie trying to get a shot away. And that opens the door for Wagner to head a 2-on-2 for Delaware. Jesse Wagner tied up by Mothersbaugh. And Wagner's going to go off for a trip. Attacking zone penalties are the worst kind to take. Here, Jesse Wagner opens the door for Genesis to get back within one. And they do. Right off the face-off, too. It took 4 seconds. And the Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. Enabled Genesis to cut Delaware's lead in half. 7 minutes to go. And we'll look at that replay again, too. We'll take a second look at that at the next stoppage in play. Meanwhile, Julian Ma was bothered in the high slot. Loose puck corralled by Willis. Flipped up ice. Vidiaz made an attempt to play the puck for Genesis at center, and he's forced back into his own zone. Ma gained the red stripe before chipping the puck behind the Delaware goal. Time for a changing of the guard on the Genesis side. And Caleb McKenzie dekes past Vidiaz and over the Genesis line, but was outnumbered upon gaining. 3-on-2 the other way. The shot from Lanzalotti was high into the back glass. Puck is loose in front, backhanded free by Williamson. Thor Willis the other direction. Lanzalotti pokes it out of his control. Jovanovic can't protect. This is offside. We'll take you to that replay. And that came from Owen Brackbill taking the faceoff. Genesis goal scored by number 45, Maxim Vidiaz. Assisted by number 83, Owen Brackbill. Time of the power play goal, 9 minutes 40 seconds in the third period. Vidiaz from Brackbill at 9:40 in the third, a power play goal. Fasano with a quick shot from just above the right dot. Directed behind the goal by Gilbert. Jovanovic holds the zone. Fasano, glove save from Gilbert. Great shot from Fasano, but a better save on the other side from Gilbert, keeping this a one-goal game. Two on two the other direction. Ryder taking aim at the top of the right circle. Shot tipped by O'Connor off the fingers of his glove into the near corner. 4:14 to go. Asimakopoulos caroms the puck below the cage. Ryder steps up at the half wall. Furline takes the puck away from him, but this will come back an icing with exactly 4 minutes to go. Matt Montagna's got to be pondering when the right time to pull Gilbert is. Heavy congestion in the high slot took away shot opportunities for both Anderson and Ryder. Rogers rolls the puck behind the goal to Williamson, who cannot clear, but McKenzie picks the puck up and carries it the rest of the way. McKenzie's shot, Gilbert with the save on him. Willis steals the puck right off the stick of Ryder, turns another shot in. Scarborough pinned at the boards behind the goal. Rogers holds the point after Asimakopoulos failed to clear. Rogers' shot from the high slot missed the far post. Rogers emerges again. This time setting up Thor Willis with a one-timer at the left point. Missed its mark entirely. And Gilbert sprawls over the puck for the stoppage with 2:55 to go in regulation. And after going behind 3-0 in the first 9 minutes and 24 seconds of the game, the Genesis Hockey Club have clawed their way back to within one. Mowbray and Cannon. Williamson holds the left point. Puck thrown in close. Off the stick of Mowbray. Gilbert well out of the crease. Scurries back into position. Fasano maintains. Hard shot from an awkward angle off the glass. Patel to Mowbray in close. Ben Mostachuk can't emerge through heavy traffic. Cannon caroms the puck to the near side and just out. And a dislodged net behind Gilbert stops play with 2:23 to go in regulation. And Delaware with a 5-4 advantage over Genesis. Face-off just above the Genesis line. After they did successfully clear their zone. This is Ben Mostachuk. Entry's good up the near side. Ran into Yastrzemski on his way in. A garden variety collision, they do happen. Bruno over center, rifles the puck back into the Delaware end. Gilbert looking for the green light to head to the bench. Zane McKenzie absorbs a heavy check in the corner boards. Vidiaz with a shot from the point. Turned aside by O'Connor. Forechecking heat from Key and Harp. The 13s, Bruno and Harp meet in the far corner. This puck nearly was cleared. Wagner in desperation lunged at the right point to hold. Jovanovic is taken down by Bruno. Harp to McKenzie, who launches the puck in from long range. It is played out, but not clear. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. And right at the 1 minute announcement, the Blue Hens have gotten their sixth. And it was Zane McKenzie. Good for his second of the morning turned afternoon. To put a bow on what with all likelihood will end up a 6-4 victory for Delaware. A Delaware goal! His second of the game, scored by number 3, Zane McKenzie. Assisted by number 68, Jack Jovanovic. Time of the goal, 16 minutes, 3 seconds in the third period. McKenzie's second from Jovanovic at 16:03. Final seconds ticking away. And a McKenzie slapper at the horn will put a bow on a 6-4 Delaware win over Genesis. Today's final score, Delaware Junior Blue Hens 6, Genesis Hockey Club 4. Don't go anywhere. The Sid's 3 stars of the game is coming up next. Fans, it's time for the Sid's 3 stars of the game, presented by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware. The 3rd star with the game-winning goal for Delaware, number 55, Ayush Patel. Today's 2nd star with 2 goals for Genesis, number 81, Colin Reagan. And today's number 1 star with 2 goals for Delaware, number 3, Zane McKenzie. So that will do it for us here on Delaware Hockey Night. Coming up later this afternoon, the University of Delaware men's Division I team takes on Stony Brook. Game time 3:45 p.m. We'll be back on the air at 3:30. For the entire crew, James Witherite signing off. Delaware Hockey Night is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications, all rights reserved. We'll be back at 3:30 for the 3rd leg of our Sunday triple header. For the whole crew, James Witherite, thanking you for joining us today, and we'll see you again soon. The final score, Delaware 6, Genesis 4. Good night from Gold Arena.